Today we're gonna have some fun in the rumor mill department and talk about 10 leaked and rumored big games that look like they're now in development. Now keep in mind to take all of these with a grain of salt because, while some of these might look likely, you can't always trust leaks and you never know what's gonna happen. But anyway, let's take a look and get started off with number 10 and talk about God of War II, or the follow-up to 2018's God of War. Just a few months ago, the website Games Radar noticed a job posting for Sony Santa Monica. It looks like Sony Santa Monica is staffing up and hiring a bunch of new roles to develop a big game. But most notably, there is one for a senior combat designer that specifically references God of War. It says, and I quote, "must have knowledge of God of War 2018 and be able to speak in depth about the combat systems, mechanics, and enemies." Unless that's some sort of bait and switch or some sort of tactic to throw us off the trail here, which I don't think you can actually legally do in a job posting, that sounds like they're gearing up for something new God of War. Now with the way the last game left off, it does look like the world of God of War can continue, so it's not too big of a stretch, but like with every single point on this list, we're gonna have to wait and see. Because next at number 9, we have Diablo IV. No, not the Diablo mobile game that nobody wanted, an actual new Diablo game. There have actually been quite a few reports and references and leaks and rumors suggesting Diablo IV for quite some time now, a lot of that being reporting from Kotaku's Jason Schreier. We know very much that Blizzard has been focusing a lot on the Diablo brand with multiple things. One of those being the unfortunate kind of Diablo Immortal, the mobile game that I just referenced, but the other is apparently Diablo IV. It exists. Again, things change, you never know. We'll link all of our sources in the description down below. At this point, it's kind of funny with Diablo IV because everybody brings it up and everybody thinks it's a thing, but Blizzard is still acting like it's super duper top secret. Especially considering Blizzard does have a habit of canceling things, so who knows, But hopefully Diablo IV becomes a reality really soon, Because next at number 8, we have another sort of job posting leak for the next Guerrilla Games thing. Guerrilla Games, of course, are the people behind Horizon Zero Dawn and Killzone, and it looks like they could be working on one of those. A lot of people are thinking that Guerrilla Games is working on the next Killzone because, number one, it's been quite some time since Killzone Shadowfall, but also, thanks to a job listing for an unannounced title that has a strong multiplayer focus. The job listing references a lot of stuff like back-end stuff supporting concurrent users, matchmaking, tournaments, clans, and leaderboards, and integrating with servers with PlayStation Network and other third-party services. So it could be a new Killzone or a completely new multiplayer-focused thing from them, but it could also be a Horizon Zero Dawn 2 that has a multiplayer component, which, God, I hope not. But still, leading over to that, we did also acknowledge Horizon Zero Dawn 2 thanks to voice actress Janina Gavankar, who voiced a character in the Frozen Wilds DLC. She said that apparently she knows something is coming. She said, and I quote to a fan in a live stream, "It's incredible. Just wait till you see the sequel. You're gonna die. I know some secrets, and you're gonna die." That's not as big as a job posting because it's just one person saying one thing, but you never know. I mean, she's being hired for these jobs all the time. But considering she's been doing this for a while, I feel like she would know whether or not she could say some stuff off the cuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. Whether it's Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or a new Killzone or just something completely new from Guerrilla Games, I'm kind of all about it either way. Because next at number 7, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 or whatever Rockstar's next game is. Obviously, Rockstar is working on a new game. They finished Red Dead Redemption 2. Multiple projects are worked on at a time. The way game development studios work is that there's always a ball in the air. There's always something being worked on, but we don't know what here with Rockstar. I do feel like we're at the point once again in like the console rumor mill life cycle thing that every week you hear a new quote-unquote leak suggesting Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 6 and its new location, new gameplay elements. I feel like every Grand Theft Auto game has that, and some of them go somewhere, but most of them do not, so I kind of don't care. But at least I think one of the more interesting things pointing out back in February, a bunch of new job postings on Rockstar's website had a lot of people buzzing because a lot of the roles seem to be tooled around working on the next generation consoles and just graphics and stuff. Again, that's not really much, but considering they are still staffing up, you can assume that things are going pretty well for them. And I think it's safe to assume that they are working on a new thing. And I think it's very safe to assume that they are working on a new game. The only problem is, of course, God knows what. But next at number 6, something that I'm really excited about is a new AAA game from the Metro Exodus developers. That's 4A Games. They have confirmed that they have officially signed a deal with THQ Nordic to work on a new big budget game. We don't know what that is though, so for now I'm just going to keep calling it 4A's next game. There's of course speculation, is it going to be a new Metro game? It very well could be. It's pretty much what they've focused on. It's pretty much their bread and butter, but maybe by now they want to branch out and do something new, and you know what? I'm not going to fault them for that. But as of right now, it's just simply called, and I quote, undisclosed AAA project, but apparently THQ Nordic is pretty excited about it. And the way things left off in Exodus, they can continue to explore the world that they have been making with these games and expand it upon beyond the books. They are also still working on content for Metro, so who knows what goes on after that. I'm curious to see how this one pans out. But next, over at number 5, Overwatch 2 might be a thing, which is very weird to say, first of all, because I feel like Overwatch is one of those games that can just kind of keep on existing as it is. I mean, they've added so many characters. This thing is huge and can just keep going as it is. But apparently, again, to bring up Jason Schreier and reporting at Kotaku, apparently Diablo IV and Overwatch 2 are connected in some ways because Blizzard apparently canceled a new StarCraft spin-off game that was a first-person shooter in order to divert resources to work on both Diablo IV and a new Overwatch 2. According to the reports, those are both going to be the big major announcements at the next BlizzCon, but of course, this is all rumors and speculation and unnamed sources, but still, that could be pretty exciting for Overwatch fans. It's a shame though, I really would have wanted to see what that StarCraft first-person shooter would be like. There's some pretty interesting descriptions that we will of course link, but what's so funny with Blizzard is that it seems like they keep wanting to pursue StarCraft stuff, like with Ghost and now this first-person shooter, and then they cancel them. I want to talk to Blizzard when it comes to StarCraft. They should either commit or go home, you know? But anyway, I digress. I like StarCraft. Overwatch 2, maybe. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we won't. Either way, next at number 4 is Assassin's Creed, the Viking one. According to multiple reports and leaks, the 2020 Assassin's Creed game is definitely going to be centered around Vikings. There have been Kotaku reports and rumors, of course, not to sound like a broken record, but there was also a Division 2 Easter egg that was kind of designed to seemingly subtly tease an Assassin's Creed Viking game, an Assassin's Creed with like some sort of a Nordic theme thanks to some posters in game. We don't know what exactly it's going to be called. There's been things thrown around like Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, that has somewhat been debunked, but then also Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Then of course there were also the rumors for an Assassin's Creed Rome game, an Assassin's Creed Legion. Apparently that has been completely debunked, but the Viking one, we don't know for sure. There was also some leaked screenshots floating around for the Viking themed game, but those were proven fake as well. Still, since the Assassin's Creed series did, and I think really smartly, take a year off after Odyssey, I do think it's going to be a little time until we actually see what this is, but I can't wait. Now, next at number 3, we have Fable, the next Fable game, Fable 4, what have you. There have been so many rumors floating around out there, and it's almost all but confirmed that it is a thing that Microsoft is paying for, that is being developed. First and foremost, we definitely know that Lionhead Studios is not working on it, the original guys, because they're not really around anymore, but the rumored developer on the block is actually Playground Games, the guys behind the Forza Horizon games, which are great open world driving games that are a bit more fun and creative. So while they are a developer that are mostly focused on racing games, I do think that their sense of fun and world building could work here. Thanks to a Eurogamer report, apparently Playground Games has been working on this for quite a few years now and has really kind of ramped up their staff. And of course, guess who is heavily invested and involved in Playground Games? Yeah, you guessed it, Microsoft. And guess which one of the big three is really focusing on kind of building up and bolstering both their developers and just their own titles? Yep, Microsoft. It all checks out. A lot of us thought we were going to see it this E3. Just before E3 2019, there were some leaks and some weird arts posted that leaked out. We don't know if they're real or not, but then there was also a suggestion that like the game would take place way after Albion was destroyed by an asteroid. A lot of weird stuff floating around. Who knows what's actually going to come of it? We probably won't know for another year, but it's still fun to talk about. But now coming down to the end with the last two, at number 2, we have the Harry Potter action RPG, which is definitely, like, really probably a thing. I mean, the leaks we saw were insane. These took the internet by storm a few months ago. We can't show too much of it here because we'll get copyright claimed and the video will get taken down. It's happened before with our videos. But essentially, it looked like it was a leak of a focus test or some sort of thing where we got to see a whole trailer with gameplay, with cutscenes. It looks like you essentially make your own student character, like through a creator character, and then run around a whole new adventure in Hogwarts. Will it be connected to Harry Potter? Probably not directly, but this thing looked really, really cool, and Warner Brothers busted their ass and worked really hard to get all of them scrubbed from the internet, which is insane. But it's out there now, and it's a thing, and we thought we would see it at E3 2019, and we did not. So what's going on? That definitely looked convincing and real. You could fake a lot of stuff, you could trick a lot of people, but that looked like a game, man. I've seen a couple of video games. I don't know about you guys, but this one I hope we see soon for real. Now finally, at number 1, we couldn't make a video like this without talking about Rocksteady. Of course, the guys behind the Batman Arkham series are very much working on something. It's been hotly anticipated. They have acknowledged it a couple of times before, but there have been so many leaks and rumors and things swirling around about this game that although we know it is definitely a new game, a Rocksteady game is coming, we have no idea what it is. First, there were leaks suggesting Superman. Those were all proven completely false. But then there have also been various leaks and rumors suggesting something of like a Court of Owls based Batman game, a Justice League based game, a Bat Family multiplayer focused game, a live service game. Everything but the kitchen sink has been heavily rumored for next Rocksteady games. I could keep going. But we do know that it's probably coming at least sort of soon thanks to some job listings posted by Rocksteady a couple of months ago that look like they're really gearing up for announcing this thing. We've seen job postings for lead brand artists to work with marketing materials. We've seen production and promotional video artists job postings. And this is all work for, and I quote, a global marketing campaign for a very high profile AAA game franchise. So if it's one that may already exist, it's probably Batman something, which, hey, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Rocksteady's really good at Batman stuff. They get it. But we also have no idea of when we're gonna see it. We didn't see it at E3 2019, but the company's co-founder, Sefton Hill, did tweet a while back saying, when it's ready to show, you'll be the first to know. And spoiler, it's not Superman. Hey, whatever it is, I'm ready for it, baby. Give it to me. Put it in my veins. But of course, this is a list of things that we know and sort of don't really know. But we want to hear from you guys in the comments what you think about all this stuff. What do you think's next? What do you think's down the pipeline? How many of these leaks and rumors and confirmations or sort of confirmations do you think are actually legit? Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. We just wanted to have fun talking to you guys, so let us know. If you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button is the best way you can help us out. And if you're new, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell too, because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.